Welcome to IB8. I'm John Hickey, your friendly IELTS teacher and examiner. Today we focus on IELTS reading and the clear path to Band 8. This episode will help Vietnamese learners read faster, understand deeper, and answer with confidence. You will learn simple routines and smart choices to save time and avoid traps. Let's move in slowly, clearly, and build habits you can use on test day. When you aim for Band 8, you work at an advanced level. You do not need perfection, but you do need consistency across the whole test. In IELTS reading, consistency means very few errors, spread out, not in one cluster. For academic, around 35 to 36 answers correct can reach Band 8. For general training, you often need 37 to 38 correct answers. These numbers change a little by test form, but they guide your target clearly. Knowing this keeps pressure low and helps you plan where to push and relax. First, understand what the test looks like before you sit down. Academic and general training share the same question types and strategies. The main difference is the reading content and style of the passages. You will face 3 passages that grow longer and more complex each time. Passage 3 often has denser ideas, more abstract terms, and tricky distractors. A distractor is an option that looks correct but is designed to fool you. When you know this structure, you choose better pacing and keep calm throughout. Now let's set the right mindset for Band 8 performance. Accuracy beats speed when the two compete in a difficult moment. But speed matters too, so you build it through safe routines, not rushing. Use strategic skipping. If one question blocks you for over 60 seconds, move. Mark it, breathe, take the next question, and return with fresh eyes later. Keep an error log after practice. It is your personal learning map. In your log, label each mistake: vocabulary gap, misreading, wrong strategy, or spelling. This simple record stops you from repeating the same mistake next week. Let's agree on a simple time plan that respects the test structure. Aim about 15 minutes for the first passage where ideas are more concrete. Use around 20 minutes for the second passage with mid-level complexity. Save 25 minutes for the third passage where the text gets dense. Do not spend equal time on all questions inside a passage. Answer the easy ones quickly and bank those seconds for the hard ones. Try to finish the full test with 2 or 3 minutes for review. This cushion allows you to fix spelling, capitals, and transfer errors calmly. Now, the core reading skills that lift you to Band 8. You will use skimming, scanning, and close reading as a cycle. Skimming means reading quickly for the general idea of each paragraph. You glide over the text and notice topic, tone, and structure, not details. Scanning means searching for the location of information in the passage. You look for names, numbers, dates, or unique words that stand out. Close reading is careful reading around the located area to confirm the answer. This is the moment where accuracy is won or lost in IELTS reading. We also need vocabulary flexibility, which means recognizing paraphrase and synonyms. The test rarely repeats the exact words from the question in the passage. For example, children may appear as youngsters, minors, or the youth. Increase may appear as rise, climb, surge, or go up. Decrease may appear as fall, drop, decline, or go down. If the question mentions because of, the passage may use due to. If the question says advantage, the passage may use benefit or upside. Training your synonym radar is a direct path to faster, more accurate answers. Let's connect this to question types you will see in Master. For true, false, not given, and yes, no, not given, clarity is king. Read the statement carefully and understand it before you read the passage. Qualifying words like all, most, some, only, rarely, or often change meaning a lot. Not given means the passage does not supply enough information to decide. It does not mean the statement is false. It means insufficient information. When you scan and cannot find clear confirmation or clear contradiction, consider not given. Stay strict. If proof is missing, choose not given and move on. For matching headings, skimming well is your best friend from the start. Heading choices are short summaries, so find the main idea of each paragraph. Try making your own 5-word heading before you check the options. This prevents the options from controlling your thinking and creating bias. Bias means you attach to a choice too early and stop thinking clearly. After you write your mini heading, compare it with the official list. Match the meaning, not a single keyword, and beware of repeated words. Many wrong headings share one word with the paragraph, but miss the core idea. For multiple choice questions, guard your focus and avoid reading all options first. Read the question stem to know exactly what you must find or compare. Then go to the passage and locate the likely area by scanning. Only after you locate the area should you check the options for details. Eliminate clearly wrong options quickly to narrow your field. Often 2 options are obviously wrong. One is close and one is correct. The close option usually distorts a small detail or changes a time reference. Close reading will catch that small change and protect your Band-Aid accuracy. For sentence, note, or table completion, rules on word limits are strict. Read phrases like no more than 2 words or 1 word only carefully. If you write 3 words when only 2 are allowed, the answer is wrong. Watch the grammar around the gap to choose the correct word form. If you see an article before the gap, perhaps a noun must follow. If you see a verb after the gap, you may need an adverb. Expect synonyms and paraphrase instead of copied words from the question stem. Proof lives in the passage, but wording is often changed in the question. Now let's practice a full passage approach you can repeat every time. Step 1. Preview the title, any subheadings, and the first sentence of each paragraph. This is quick skimming to build a mental map of the text. Step 2. Face the questions and group them by type if possible. Do headings early if they appear, because they increase your global understanding. Step 3. For each question, pick 2 or 3 keywords that are specific. Examples are dates, names, terms, or unusual adjectives that stand out visually. Step 4. Scan for those keywords or their synonyms inside the passage. Step 5. Close read 2 or 3 sentences around the match and decide. Step 6. Write the answer clearly with correct spelling and the right word limit. Step 7. Mark any doubtful item, move on, and return with fresh attention later. Let's slow down for a moment and talk about vocabulary growth. Build a small but powerful vocabulary bank for IELTS reading topics. Useful domains include environment, technology, psychology, business, history, and education. Each time you read, collect 3 words, not 30, and learn them well. Write the meaning, 2 common synonyms, and 1 short example sentence. For example, abundant means more than enough. Synonyms include plentiful and ample. For example, contaminate means make something dirty or unsafe. Synonyms include pollute and foul. Small, steady growth beats huge lists you never review after a busy week. We also need to talk about paraphrase, which is essential to Band 8. Paraphrase means expressing the same idea with different words or structure. If the question says, researchers concluded, the passage might say scholars argued. If the question says cause, the passage might say trigger or lead to. If the question says consequence, the passage might say outcome or result. Train with short sentence pairs. Rewrite a sentence using safe, common synonyms. This builds instant recognition on test day when time is tight and stress rises. Let me give you a simple daily routine that works in Vietnam. Spend 15 to 20 minutes on active reading from reliable sources. Choose accessible texts from BBC, National Geographic, or The Economist opinions. If a full article is long, read one or two focused sections. Use your phone on the bus or during a study break at school. Mark 3 words, 1 phrase, and 1 inference each time you read. Inference means a logical conclusion you draw from clues, not directly stated. Write it in your notebook and say it aloud to strengthen memory. For weekly practice, schedule 1 full reading test under exam rules. Use official materials like Cambridge IELTS books or British Council resources. Sit at a desk, set a 60-minute timer, and remove distractions. After the test, do not rush away. Do deep error analysis immediately. Ask 4 questions for every mistake you find in your answer sheet. Did I misread a detail? Did I miss a synonym? Did I panic? Was my strategy wrong for this question type? Was my time management weak? Write the cause, the fix, and 1 sentence that states the new rule. Here are sample rules that many Band 8 candidates write in their logs. For headings, I will skim first and write my own mini heading. For true, false, not given, I will demand clear proof before choosing true or false. For multiple choice, I will read the stem first, not the options. For gap fills, I will check word limits and grammar before transferring answers. For time control, I will move on when stuck for over 60 seconds. These small promises make a big difference when nerves rise on test day. Let's discuss common pitfalls that hold strong readers at Band 7.5. 1. Overusing skimming and missing essential details in the third passage. 2. Rushing in the final 10 minutes and making preventable spelling errors. 3. Confusing not given with false because the brain wants a quick decision. 4. Copying 3 words into a gap when 2 words are allowed only. 5. Ignoring British versus American spelling where the text guides your choice. Focus and review can fix all of these issues with simple habits. Here is a short, safe drill you can keep in your phone. Pick any paragraph from an article and read the first and last sentence. Write a 1-sentence summary in your own words using simple vocabulary. Then underline 2 synonyms that the writer used for the same idea. Finally, write 1 true or false question for that paragraph and answer it. This 5-minute drill trains skimming, paraphrase, and detail checking together. If you repeat it daily, your reading muscles grow stronger without stress. Let's talk about calm thinking when a question feels impossible. Remember, Band 8 allows a few mistakes, so you do not need perfection. Tell yourself, I can skip this one now and gain time elsewhere. Mark it, breathe slowly, and take control of the next simple question. Often, after solving 2 or 3 easier items, your brain resets and clears. When you return, the hard question looks smaller, and the answer appears. This is not luck. It is smart energy management during a long test. Many learners in Vietnam study after school or after work when tired. If that is you, plan shorter sessions with sharper goals and less friction. Use printed pages to rest your eyes from screens and reduce distractions. Study with a friend at a cafe and exchange your error logs weekly. Share 2 successful strategies and 1 mistake you will not repeat next week. Accountability makes practice steady, even when life is busy in Saigon or Hanoi. Now let's put the strategies into a simple Band 8 checklist. By preview titles and first sentences to build a mental map quickly. I group questions by type and start with headings if they appear. I pick specific keywords and search the text for them or their synonyms. I read closely around the location, not just the single matching sentence. I respect word limits, spelling, and grammar in every answer I transfer. I keep moving when stuck, and I return with fresh eyes later. I finish with a 2-minute check for capitals, plurals, and small slips. You might ask, what does close reading look like in practice? Imagine the question asks why a policy failed in a certain city. You find the paragraph with the city's name and a date beside it. Then you read 2 sentences before and 2 after that key sentence. You look for because, due to, as a result, or similar cause words. You check if there is a contrast signal like however or although. You confirm the exact cause and make sure no exception cancels your choice. Only then do you mark the answer and move to the next item. Let's clarify a few terms that can confuse even advanced learners. Abstract means ideas that are not concrete, like justice or innovation culture. Empirical means based on observation or data, not on theory alone. Infer means read between the lines using logic and clues in the text. A distractor is a tempting wrong option designed to test your attention. A qualifier is a word like some, most, or rarely that limits meaning. When you meet these terms, pause, define them simply, and read on with confidence. What about building speed without losing accuracy? Use layered reading. First pass, skim to see the big picture and the text structure. Second pass, scan for locations using names, dates, and special terms as anchors. Third pass, close read the confirmed area and write the answer carefully. This 3-layer method prevents you from jumping straight into tiny details. It also stops you from staying at the surface and missing key evidence. Practice the layers until they feel automatic, like shifting gears on a motorbike. Another practical tool is margin notes with tiny symbols or short words. Write T for topic, E for example, and C for cause or consequence. These 2-letter marks help your eyes find logic quickly during review. If you dislike marks on the paper, whisper the labels quietly instead. Your brain will still organize the passage into parts and remember connections. Organization is speed. When ideas are in order, answers appear more quickly. Finally, choose trusted practice materials so your level rises without confusion. Use official IELTS sources or Cambridge test books that mirror real difficulty. Avoid random online tests that change rules or include strange question designs. They can damage your timing and create habits that do not transfer. If your budget is tight, borrow used books or share with a friend. Quality beats quantity when you train for a clear and demanding target. Let's bring everything together and prepare your action plan for this month. Week 1. Build routines. Preview, group questions, and follow the 3 reading layers. Week 2. Strengthen question type strategies and update your personal error log daily. Week 3. Focus on vocabulary flexibility and short paraphrase drills every evening. Week 4. Complete 2 full-time tests and refine your pacing decisions. Across all weeks, keep your 15-minute daily active reading with real sources. Track your accuracy and your calm feeling after each practice session. We are near the end, so let me close with simple advice. Band 8 comes from steady habits, not magic tricks or late-night cramming. Respect the structure, control your time, and choose accuracy in critical moments. Use strategic skipping, keep a clean error log, and train synonyms every day. Treat each practice as a real test. Quiet space, strict timing, full focus. When test day comes, your body and mind will follow those trained paths. You will read with purpose, decide with clarity, and trust your preparation. Before we say goodbye, I would love to hear from you. In the comments, tell me your reading target and your biggest challenge. Is it time control, not given decisions, or vocabulary flexibility and paraphrase? Share one personal rule you will follow in your next practice session. If this episode helped you, please subscribe to IB8 and join as a member. Members receive practice tasks, error log templates, and feedback ideas for home study. Thank you for listening. Keep learning with kindness to yourself, and see you soon.